Ladies and gentlemen, I have with me Peter Gregory Obi. My pleasure having you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rufai.
This interview will be to clear a lot of things people have against you. They say you do not have credible economic growth alternatives. For instance, they say you have just criticized President Tinubu's government, but you have not given alternative or what you will have done or subsidy removal, as regards subsidy removal, as regards floating the naira, and as regards other things that President Tinubu did to stabilize the economy, which were bold measures. What will you have done?
Rufai, I was surprised when you said this is about Christians. They should have even said some things that I did that was positive, or I said I was positive. But let me tell you, I've consistently maintained that I would have removed the fuel subsidy. If you go to my manifesto, it's there. Steps I would have taken to do it in an organized manner. There was nothing wrong in removal of subsidy. What is wrong is the haphazard way in which it was announced and implemented. Everybody knows that the subsidy regime was a solution of criminality, that there was a lot of corruption around everything, which needed to bundle that aspect out of it, do it in an organized manner. And since you're doing it for savings, we're told we're doing it because we don't want to continue to borrow to continue the subsidy. And the removal of it will be able to have available funds to be invested in critical area of development. With instance, billions saved. Where is it? Where is he invested in those critical areas of development?
They said they've given the money to the governors. That's what.
No.
They said they've increased their FAC allocation.
Rufai,
They said most of the states have been able to pay their.
everybody knows what critical areas of development is. And I say it morning, afternoon, night. It is education, health, and pulling people out of poverty. Rufai, is any of these three hasn't improved? No.
The Minister of Health said they're getting new primary health care centers. As regards education, they said they have done NEL Fund, where they give student loan to people. As regards infrastructure, they talk about postal road and all that.
Let me just finish, Rufai. What I'm saying is, if you look at this, so you have removed this. People are paying more for fuel. It has escalated cost of everything, and we are not seeing where. The same thing with what you're talking about, issue of naira. There's nothing wrong with floating your currency. There's nothing wrong in even devaluing your currency. But you do this when you have productivity. What devaluation of floating does is that your currency becomes, in terms of value, low. You attract investment. Your products becomes more marketable. But where we are unproductive, you have nothing to sell. So it's a double whammy. So in all this, I would have done the same thing in an organized manner. And when people say alternative economic policies, they are there.
So what is this organized manner?
That's what I was saying to you.
So can you give us precept by precept of this organized manner in which you have pulled out subsidy?
Subsidy removes the criminality aspects associated with it, which is over 50% of it. Be able to sit down with operators there and come up with a pricing that will not be agreed. And then, whatever we're able to save from it, have a specific place for investment. So we say, whatever I save from here, whatever we are giving it to the states, anything, it is specific for this. We have to have a national planning where all the resources will be put in. It is not just something you say, oh, we are sharing it the way we used to share every other morning. No, because that's not what you said. You said we will be able to put it in critical areas of development. That was your promise. So we removed it. People want to see where these funds are invested. It's a very clear thing. We're not the only country who've done that before. Countries after countries go with national flags.
So would you have floated the Naira if you got in? And how? You said there's nothing wrong with it. Would you have floated the Naira? Tell me the precept upon precept at which you will have floated the Naira.
I would have been doing it in an organized manner.
What's the organized manner?
I would have focused on making sure that we ramp up production in agriculture, in manufacturing, and everything, and do it gradually.
So, but you will have kept on defending it until we wrap up production.
No, it's not. You're not defending it.
Yeah.
Because even in the so-called currency, there were criminality as well. I came from a background of business, banking, everything. So I know everything that is associated with the criminalities and all these things, which you can actually be tightening while trying to do a gradual evaluation.
How would you have increased production in a country that President Tinubu claimed that there was no money when he came?
Well,
and things were really bad and he had to take those decisive measures. How would you have increased production in a country where you have crisis on the farms, economic crisis, no power, no productivity and the likes? How would you have increased?
You've just said it. That means you should face those things. You've already just said it. Why do we talk about a sample? Do you know these projects that will lead to nowhere when we have crisis? Are you saying that coastal road is more important than securing Nigeria?
But they say it will open up the country.
No, don't. Let's not go there. The roads we have all over the country are no motorable. You fix those ones first and use your resources to secure your country. You find this security is far more fundamental than road. Will you prefer a road to your village when you cannot drive to your village? No, society will prefer. So let us prioritize what we are doing. So if you say our problem is insecurity, they can't go to farm, our problem is power, let's deal with those things. Let's use our resources to...
So how would you have dealt with insecurity, for instance, that's lasted over 10 years?
We're a country. Non-state actors cannot take over the country. There's something wrong. I can tell you, I have done in my own small way facing security as the governor of the state. And we decided that we have to take drastic action.
But a lot of people criticize you that it was only the time you had the cause of SARS that also violated the fundamental rights of people.
It's very simple to accuse people and say things that are wrong about people. You can go and see what happened while we were there. It was nothing. All those things they are talking never existed. And you saw the former IG Abubakar a month after, let's say for 5 years, they didn't have one incident of bank robbery or this. That was there when I came. We are government. We must secure our people. And it requires decisive action. It requires, even if we are at war, we declare war. And we know we are at war. But
would you have declared a state of war on banditry if you had come in?
Whatever it takes to secure the country, I'll do it.